major milestone, our 50th anniversary of bringing local news and programming to you, our loyal viewers. The names and the faces, both in front of and behind the cameras, have changed over the years, but what hasn't changed is our commitment to bringing you news that is accurate, informative, and we hope compelling to watch. The year 1957. Dwight D. Eisenhower was in the White House. The owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers agreed to move the team to Los Angeles. And Ford introduced the Edsel.
You bought an Edsel.
Here in South Florida, on August 2nd, 1957, WPST Channel 10 began broadcasting in the Miami market. In 1961, the station call letters changed to WLBW. And then changed again in 1969, when Washington Post owner Katharine Graham purchased the station and named it after her late husband, Philip L. Graham, hence the call letters WPLG. That same year, Walter Cronise was hired as a freelance weather forecaster. A year later, he became a full-time weatherman.
Maybe next year.
Well, when I went on the air, we were using cameras with film. Now it's all changed. Computers, you know, they don't use a camera anymore like we did. And I used to put my weather map up on the wall and did everything by hand.
Walter became one of the most popular personalities in South Florida news, as did Molly Turner. In 1969, Molly became the first female TV reporter. She blazed the trail for many female broadcast journalists in South Florida, including Ann Bishop, who became an institution in South Florida TV news.
I'm Ann Bishop, News Watch 10.
She covered the 45th anniversary of the D-Day invasion in Normandy and visited the Pope at the Vatican.
Boy, it's hard to talk.
Yet there was no mistaking South Florida was the beat Ann Bishop loved best. After a 25-year reign on TV, she retired in 1995 and died of cancer in 1997.
I'm Art Carlson. News.
You might remember some of the faces who covered the news through the 70s and 80s.
Have a cookies.
And some of those unique promos that used to run on Channel 10.
Every night at 6 and 11, and every hour in between.
Some famous alumni moved through our doors, like CNN's Larry King, 60 Minutes contributor Steve Croft.
Does it ever get lonely?
And former talk show host Sally Jesse Raphael.
It's forecast.
Over the years, as we changed, so did South Florida. Miami was once primarily a retirement community. Miami Beach was a popular spot for the Rat Pack in the 50s. And then in the late 70s and 80s, the Mariel Boat Lift. Race riots, the Cocaine Cowboys, and Miami Vice put us on the national and international maps, sometimes for the wrong reasons. Over 5 decades, we have brought you the news making headlines here at home and around the world.
And the Florida Marlins are world champions.
As WPLG Local 10 has evolved, our commitment to you remains constant. We promise to keep bringing you the stories you want to see and need to know.
Take my cue.
Here's to another 50 years.
Wow, so much history.
Looking at those pictures, it really brings back some memories.
Oh my goodness.
And particularly to see Molly and Ann.
Yes.
And most viewers probably didn't know, but Molly Turner's real name was Nagel Rubenthal.
Oh,
Don, you
goodness.
knew that, of course.
And Ann's real name, can we say that?
Harriet Ann Bishop.
Harriet Ann
Really?
Bishop.
Harriet Ann Bishop.
Oh, it's great to see that video because you know, she died a year before I came to Miami. I came in '98, so I never got to meet her, but I love watching the video of her and seeing it, the film and video.
That was
looking
fun.
at
I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed looking at it ourselves here. It's a lot of. Who was that guy next to Walter Cronise with all the hair?
That was a young Don.